What's good, guys? Welcome back to Investing with Jax. This is not financial advice. So we have two stocks for you guys today. It might be a little bit longer of a video. I did condense the information as much as I could, as I know long stock videos are super boring, and I completely sympathize. All right, guys. So we have two major catalysts coming up for these companies. One's on February 28th and one's on March 31st. So the first company is Cormedix, ticker symbol CRMD. Cormedix, man, I'm getting notifications right now. Cormedix Inc. is a biopharmaceutical company focused on developing and commercializing therapeutic products for prevention and treatment of infectious and inflammatory diseases. So they have a PDUFA date approaching on February 28th. And for any of you who don't know what that means, basically it's a deadline for the FDA to approve a drug, a therapy. All right, guys. So Cormedix's sole focus right now is Diefenkath, a synthetic broad-spectrum antimicrobial and antifungal drug. And on February 28th, the FDA will decide whether it cuts the mustard. Who writes these articles? Hey, bro, what are you doing? Oh, just cutting my mustard before I put it on my hot dog. What? Really weird. All right, guys. My joke's probably not funny. So the catalyst is on February 28th, so keep that on your radar. The company has been developing the treatment to thwart catheter-related bloodstream infections in patients with end-stage renal disease receiving hemodialysis via central venous catheter. Diefenkath is already on the market in Europe and other regions going by the brand name of Neutrolin. So it is already on the market in other areas of the world. Really, really good sign. B. Riley analyst Andrew De Silva thinks the FDA's recent actions bode well for the drug's chances of approval. And here is what he had to say. So he said, CRMD was granted priority review for the candidate, which reduces the FDA's review time submission from 10 months to 6 months. And the FDA subsequently determined an AdCom meeting was not needed. As a result, we are increasing the probability of success related to an FDA approval from 70% to 85%, in between 70 and 85%. Which is in line with typical approval rates seen for candidates once the NDA and BLA have been submitted. So typically, any candidate that is in between that 70 to 85% usually gets approved. All right, guys? So De Silva, the analyst, thinks Diefenkath could save the healthcare system around $1 billion a year, guys. That is huge. That is huge, huge, huge. So we have Chad Messer, who initiated, he's also an analyst. He initiated his price rating or a price target at $31. He says it's a strong buy and that's 116% increase. All right, guys. And Andrew De Silva, the guy we were just talking about, he reiterated his price target for $25, which is a 74% increase. And he did that 9 days ago. So we're currently sitting at $14.85 last time I checked. And if we're going to dollar cost average, you know I like to do that. Maybe you guys like to do that too. This is not financial advice. Let's say we're going to buy 30 shares. You could buy more. You could buy less. We're going to do 10 shares at $14.60 and the current price, in between $14.60 and the current price. 10 shares at $14, in between $14 and $14.25, and 10 shares in that $13 range if it pulls back. All right, guys. So if the FDA decides to cut the mustard on February 28th, that is going to shoot the stock price up. You might want to consider taking profits at that time, or even locking in your profits and moving on to the next play. All right, guys, depending where it's at, I will probably wait for that $25 price point. Maybe even $30. I usually like to double my money, but I don't want to be greedy. All right, so let's move on to the next one. We have Aveo Pharmaceuticals, ticker symbol AVEO. They're also waiting on that FDA approval. So the drug has already been approved to treat adult patients with advanced renal cell carcinoma in other regions, specifically in the European Union. Oh, I need some water. Norway, New Zealand, and Iceland. So it's already been approved in Europe. Remember, when it's already been approved in another country, most likely it will get approved in the US. It's not promised, but things are looking bright. All right, guys. So a quick overview. Hoping to provide better outcomes for patients, Aveo Pharmaceuticals advances targeted medicines for oncology and other unmet medical needs. The company has various drugs in development, but the focus right now is on the FDA's upcoming decision on tivozanab, the company's drug for third and fourth line treatment of advanced renal cell carcinoma. So the PDUFA date is March 31st for this one. So keep that on your radar. Keep that date in your mind. Write it down. Do what you need to do. And following the positive data in the late stage study, analyst Michael Uhls believes a successful outcome are in the cards, and here is what he had to say. Now, I do love to go to the analysts, especially the 5-star analysts, as they are quite knowledgeable, and they are usually, they're right a good majority of the time. So he had to say that Tiverzinab was shown to significantly increase quality adjusted time without symptoms or toxicity compared to sorafenib, further highlighting a definitive tolerability profile based on quality of measure for Tiverzinab despite similar overall survival outcomes. We continue to see potential for the approval based on the TIVO3 study and expect investors' focus to remain on the upcoming PDUFA date, March 31st, which we view as the next key catalyst. So he rated it a strong buy, Mr. Uhls, with a $17 price target, which is an upside of 116%. And the other analysts have an average price target of $13.50 with a high forecast of $17. I think that's Mr. Uhls' high forecast. And a low forecast of $10. The average price target represents a 62% increase. However, I am more with Mr. Uhls, thinking that it will hit that $17 price target. So if we're going to dollar cost average into this play, we're going to do 30 shares at $8 and the current, in between $8 and the current price. This is not financial advice. 30 shares in between $7.50 and $8, 30 shares under $7.50, just to dollar cost average down and then ride it up. All right, guys. Sometimes it doesn't drop down. Sometimes it doesn't go down to that $7 range. And if you don't think it will, you could buy more shares at whatever price it is currently, right? It's not financial advice. So I would be willing to hold this one at least 12 months. My exit strategy for this play would be at that $70 price point, depending on the news, of course. However, that is more than double the money, which is perfect for me, right? And I'm sure great for you too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications if you're new. I hope you have a terrific evening, and I will see you in the next one. Much love, guys. Take care.